Okay, hello everyone. Welcome to the 10th for September 2021. Just going to make sure we're going okay because this is obviously a streamed thing, which seems to be going okay. 1080-60, good. So I'm playing on PC for a change, and we're going to be playing a game called Myst. Now, Myst is a classic game from 1993, a sort of a puzzle adventure, if you will. Puzzle exploration kind of game. Now, as you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but I've actually got all the achievements in the game. So spoiler alert for what you need to do to get the 100%. You can read the achievements right here that I had to do. All done over the last day or two. Well, okay, 2 days. So it's the studio that actually made the classic game that has reimagined Myst, and it's on PC. You get console, keyboard and mouse, 4K, ray tracing and all that good stuff. So we're going to play the game today. It's got 2 stars out of 35 reviews apparently. So that says a lot about what to expect. No, it doesn't. Well, I'll say it doesn't. It's one of those, I played it and I didn't know what to do. So I had to pretty much look up a guide the entire time I played the game to understand what it is that needed to be done. But, you know, I could have potentially gotten away with just like the first hints at what to do and carry on from there, and that's sort of what I'm doing here. Now I do have a little notebook here as well, something that I got for my birthday, which was a few days ago. There you go, Notes of a Genius. Yeah, on page 1 right here, I have said that I'm cheating already, because there's a part where there's a sort of underground section you have to go through, and I need to know which is north, east, south and west. And to do that, what we're gonna do is under audio, display, it's display dialogue subtitles and gameplay context subtitles. Give me a minute, hold on. The house phone going off like that means that I'm home alone, so shits for me, because alright, here we go. So it's coming now back again. So sorry about that, everyone. I'm gonna have to edit that out of the stream, or maybe just make this a archive. Maybe just upload an edit of the archive. But yeah, that's just to confirm information I already knew. So yeah, if I have to go again, then I'm sorry for that. But let's turn on some of this stuff. So let's see if I can pump it up a little bit. Because one of the things that is behind me, I think the microphone's in the way, but one of the things that's in my PC right now is an RTX 3080, which I got recently. So I want to see if I can up the ante a bit and go all out, even though I am at 1080p, so that's what I'm trying to do. So yeah, I know I've wasted a bit of time just to get into the game, but I'm going to go new game. And we're going to go under randomized, because 1993 version you can do in like less than 2 minutes if you wanted to for an achievement. You might have saw that. But in randomized it's a bit more difficult, so I'm going to go for randomized. That's why the notebook's here, and that's why I've had a little cheat on here to say about the directions. But here's some story stuff that you might be interested to hear. There's subtitles as well. Or at least there should be.
I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse.
Okay.
I've tried to speculate where it might have landed, but I must admit that such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me.
Okay.
I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
Yeah, when I played this on the Xbox, I didn't know you can actually move around, or at least look around in this cutscene. But yeah, we have to go to the Myst book here, and then click on the picture, which takes us to Myst Island, and that's where we start the game. So the idea behind this is you have to find sort of clues and evidence about what's been going on. Also, well, not really, but at least to start off with, we need to go down that way. But one thing that we're going to do right from the get-go is turn on all of these switches. And if you press caps lock, you can always run, which is going to be useful for me. So we're going to find a note around here on this little rock, and it's Catherine, I've left for you a message of utmost importance in our 4 chamber beside the dock. Enter the number of marker switches on this island into the imager to retrieve the message. Yours, Atras. So Atras, I think, was the guy that just spoke, and he is going to be someone that shows up a little later on in the game, because we're going to try and get the good ending. And part of it requires all of these switches to be in the on position. One of them needs to be in the off position, but we're not going to know which one that is yet, unless we guess. So there's one we can't get to because we need a key. We need a key to be able to determine how to get over there. And this is randomized, so it's not going to be 420, ladies and gentlemen. Or is it 240? I think it's 240 in the classic version, but this is randomized, so we don't know what it's going to be. I think last time for me it was 420, but it might not be this time. So we go down here, and I kind of wanted to see if James would be interested in doing something with this, but he's out, so he's not here. But we enter the number of switches, which is 8, and then we can go over here and we see Atras.
Most of my books have been destroyed.
What?
Catherine, it's one of our sons. I suspect Achenar. But I shouldn't leap to conclusions. I'll find him and Cirrus as well. I should have known not to have left my library unchecked for so long. I've removed the remaining undamaged books from the library and placed them in the places of protection. You shouldn't have to use the books until I return, but if you've forgotten access key, remember the tower rotation, and don't worry, Catherine. Everything will be fine. I'll see you shortly. Oh, and erase this message after you've viewed it, just to be safe.
So that's the message. So there's a hint there. There's 2 sons, and it's suspected that one of them has done something bad. So there's a tower there, and if we actually go into this structure over here, and then we go here, then we can rotate this, and then when it goes red, it indicates that that's a location where there's something that's useful to us. So there's 4. We can start with the rocket, which is up there, and there's blue and red pages throughout this game that we can get, and there's these books as well. So I don't think I'm going to read all this because there's quite a lot of text. I've not actually read through this, to be honest. I tried. I didn't even realise you could go through the pages at first, but you know, you just go through, and I guess it's just supposed to talk about the different places that you go to. And so this is, I think, a forest area, because you can see all the different like bridges, and there's the treetops. So that's one of the places where we're going to. Then the rocks, so you see the boat, sort of like a cog, that's the lighthouse. And then that's just a map of the lighthouse as well, so that's another area. That's from a top-down perspective. And constellations, that's going to actually come in handy. I think that's how you gain access. You have to look up what the constellation's actually going to be. Then this one is it's one where it all fades out and that. So yeah, see, it's all like grayed out, or at least faded. Oh, that's going to be handy later as well. It's all minor keys, are they? So you have to keep a note of what keys actually open up to that location, and that's a map of the place. So it's probably going to be the last place we go to. And the cheat that I mentioned earlier actually is related to that location. But that's not for that bit that you might have saw. Looks like an underground section. Stairs that go... I'll know which one this is. So there's this fortress and it rotates around to these places. Alright, and then the last one is just a pattern book. So, yeah, it just tells you these numbers. And, unfortunately, what we have to do is go to like 158 or something like that. So it just helps to get to that point so we know what it is that we need to do. So when we actually get to that bit, then we can just make a note of what the actual pattern is and you can just do it. I'll probably just do it in binary or something. So 01101 or something like that would be what you say. So I'll keep that for later. But we're not going to do that right now. I mean, we can listen to the red book and the blue book if we so wish to. It's going to be a lot of static and them trying to convince us to release them. But I'll tell you what, I won't listen to the books because I know what to do. Because the general gist of getting the good ending to the game, I know it's the same between the classic and the randomized. So they basically just tell you don't trust the other, give us these coloured pages only, and yeah, just release us and you'll be rewarded. Okay, so I'm going to make a note here, 60 volts. Because that's one of the keys. And I guess if you go to where the book is as well, I've not actually done this before, but see, it's the rocket, and it's pointing at the rocket, so I guess that's how we know that's related to that location. So 60 volts is related to the rocket. I'm not going to do that for all of them, but I'm going to have to rotate the lighthouse or whatever, or this beacon, to 3 more locations, get the keys down, and then we can carry on from there. If it's exactly the same as the last randomized one I did, then it's not gonna go down too well with me, let's just put it that way. But the next one is down here. So now we just go back. So if you didn't know to do this, then yeah, you could be spending your entire time running around outside and not knowing what to do. So I can see why people gave it a 2-star rating. Or at least the average is a 2-star rating. Right, 545 is the next one. Okay. Ah, my pen's gone. Bastard. Okay. So just 2 more clues to go. And then we can continue. Yeah, I can say as well, I don't think the ray tracing's that noticeable in this. So it says it has ray tracing, but you would expect it to be in like the floors and the water and stuff like that. But it's looks like the sort of stuff you'd see in just like regular DirectX 11 or something. Not like DirectX 12 with ray tracing. Just doesn't pop so much. Like you see Ghost Runner or Doom Eternal, like that's what I would say is ray tracing, but this doesn't really pop out as much. Okay, I think this might be around the same, so we need to keep note of what is it, October 11th 1984, and it is 10:04 AM. We need to make a note of January 17th, 12:07. It's 5:46 AM. And we need to make a note of February 3rd, 5010, 3:12 AM. Yeah, I did this on PC before. No, I played it on Xbox, but made the notes on PC. Now it's like I'm trying to do it more, I guess, classic. More of a classic way, which is to actually have a pen and paper to make these notes. So the last key is all we need, and it should be another 3-digit. So it should be like a time and a 3-digit number. I played, as I said, I played this before. I've done the classic run and the randomized run over the last couple of days. So I know of the keys. We need the keys, and then the keys give us the access to the location. And I'm honestly thinking that this is pretty much exactly the same as the last randomized run. Okay, that's slightly different. I think the dates look about the same, but anyway, we need to keep note of 535 and then 213. Okay, I think that's different than the last time I played it, because I do think it was 420, the last randomized one, but those constellations are similar to ones that I would have got in the last randomized run. But 60 volts I think is the same. I don't think the 545 is the same though. But anyway, we have that. So we can open up. And first step is to go to the, well, I guess you can approach this any way you want to, but the guide I saw says you go here first. And this is the 535 one, so we need to put the big hand on 5, and the 35 is the, wait no, is it that's 5. So the little hand is on 5 and the big hand is on 35. We press the button at the bottom and that makes a bridge appear. And that allows us to get over to this location where we need the 213, sorry. We can turn that in the on position. It's going to come into play later. And so with this thing, we need to get 213 going from top to bottom. So yeah, see, I hate this, I really do. Right. Hold on. There we go, we did it. Okay. You have to know if you hold it down, then it rotates, I think, the middle one as much as you want it to. But since we've done that now, we can actually go to the gear, which is back over by the docks. And you see it's opens up now. And so this is the book that takes you to the mechanical age, I believe it is. So you have to open the book, click on the picture, that teleports you to this world, and now we're stuck here until we find the book back to the Myst Island. But we have to solve a puzzle here before we can do that. And there's going to be red and blue pages here as well that we could find and take back. So basically the ending's right here. But we have 4 pictures. We have to get the right picture. So I'll rotate this fortress around to figure out what the sequence is. So if we take the left path, we can move the chessboard, press the button, and get the red page. And then if we go around the other side, then we can get the opposite coloured page. Just by going through here. So it's there. Yeah, let me out. See, I think this is what you're supposed to use as a simulation, so that sort of unclicks it, and then you rotate it around, and that sort of like snaps it into position. And you get these different sounds to indicate what the positioning is. But to be able to actually do that, we need to hit this button. To cause the stairs to go down. And we need to rotate this, which is the elevator, until the elevator is aligned. So the gaps are at the same spot, basically. We've got to be careful not to overshoot it. So here, that's in the same position as you see. So hit the button. Now you can go up the elevator. And so there's going to be two controls up here that we use to rotate the fortress. But to be able to do that, we actually have to hit the minus button, which gives us some time to get out of the elevator because it's going to go down because the controls are on top of the elevator. Sound good? So what we have to do is unclick, rotate around. Then when it's in a particular band, snap it into place. That's the exhaust sound. We hit the button to bring the elevator up. And then we gotta go down, and then we're going to be doing this a little bit as well. So that's how it starts off anyway. And I'm going to have to keep a note of the symbols that are going to show up as well. So what we do is we get out of here by running back the way we came. And you see this is a little path. And so I think these are the last two symbols. It's a semicircle, which looks a bit like that, and a rectangle on its side with a circle. I think those are the same the last time I played it, so yeah, I'm not seeing that many differences between my last randomized run and this one, if the truth be told. So that's a little disappointing. Let's see if these next two symbols are any different. So I think I have an idea of what they were, but I'll let you know if I think they're the same. Oh, I see then. Yeah, so I might as well mention this as well when I have the opportunity to do so. So just click that into place, move this. It's right there. The clink sound. Yeah, the visual cue helps as well. That's going to come later though. So we go down. So yeah, what I was going to say was there's actually a few games, I'll say few, there's 3 games that I'm interested in playing. And I want to be able to beat them within the next couple months, because there's basically relocation that's in the works right now, and it's estimated that it's going to be a couple months before we actually get out of here. Okay, I think this is slightly different. So it's 3 right-angled triangles and a circle above the middle one, and another semicircle. So that's different than the last time I played it. I think the last 2 are the same, but the first 2 are different. So yeah, it's kind of backwards like that. The second lot you come to is actually the first in the sequence you have to enter. And there is an Easter egg if you go to the next 90-degree rotation, but I'm not going to do that because we're pretty much done with everything that we need to do here. So just going to get that sorted. Okay, so that's unlinked. So that is going to be the next rotation. So if we skip past that, we go around here, then the cowbell sound is the default rotation. So now we can focus on getting out of here. Boop. So it's 3 right-angled triangles with a circle above the middle one. Semicircle, semicircle, rectangle with circle is the pattern we need to enter to gain access to the Myst book to get out of this location in this randomized run. Oh yeah, and the game looks pretty fucking good as well. Hopefully it looks good for you, because it looks good for me. That's what matters, right? So it is that one. Oh, fuck balls, I passed it. Oops. That one, and then the rectangle with the circle, which is that one. Yeah, that was correct. So that's the pattern, the stairs open up, and here is the Myst book. So we got what we wanted. So we can go here, which is the library. And you have the choice of putting the red page into the red book, or the blue page into the blue book. But we're not going to do that, because the next step, I believe, is to go to the planetarium here. Well, at least that's what they say this is. This is the planetarium, so we've got to make sure the lights are off. And the door's closed, and going into this, like, dentist's chair. And so now we have to input the dates that we got. So first up is October the 11th. And it is 1984. Some people might say we're actually in 1984 right now. I would say we are, but let's hope we're not. And it's 10:04. Hit the middle button, and it's gonna take you through the stars to basically a constellation. So here we have to make note of the constellation. So I'm gonna say it's like that, and that. Something like that. Next up in line is January the 17th, 12:07. And it is 5:46. So go down like this, 5:46. January 17th, 12:07. Next up is one that looks like that. So it's like 3 up here, and then 1 there, 2 down the sides, and 1 at the bottom. And the last one is February the 3rd. And we're going into the future here, 5,000. And 10. And the time is 3:12. And I think you can hold it, but it just takes so fucking long to do. So February the 3rd, 5010 at 3:12 AM gives us a constellation that looks a bit like that. So just make a note of that. So it's 2, and sort of 2 big one, and then there's like a small one and a big one at the bottom. Might as well make that more pronounced. So we have the constellations. So what we have to do at this point is go to the book which had the constellations in it, which I believe was one of these 2. No, it's not that one. It's probably this one then. Yeah. So if we find something that looks kind of like the constellations that we had, then we made note of it. So that's the snakes. That was the second one. So just make note of snake. Then that one is a cross. And there's going to be one more. I think it's that one, which is the leaf. So we have leaf, snake, and cross as constellations. So what we have to do at this point is go to these symbols and basically pick out the correct symbols. So we had the cross. We had the leaf, I guess. I think last time I had the arrow, but we don't have the arrow this time around. So yeah, I think it is different, but I'm seeing a lot of similarities between the previous run. Spider, no. Snake, yes. So you should see the boat is rising out of the water because we got the right pattern down. And so with this, we can make our way to the ship area. It's not called the ship area. Don't actually call it that. But there's some things that we could have to do in this area, and some information that is going to be critical for us. So the first thing we need to do is clamber our way up here, and up here we're going to have a telescope, and we need to go to the lighthouse, which is there. Lighthouse is at, oh god, it's like 112.5, isn't it? So I'm going to make note of 110, but I'll also say it's 115 as well. So you need, that's key to know where the lighthouse is. I'm tempted to say it's more it's kind of in the middle, 112.5, 115, something like that. That's going to come in handy later. So yeah, I think that's definitely different as well. But what we need to do is figure out which one of these drains the lighthouse. Was it the one on the far right? I think it was. So we need to go down here, because there's a chest. The key to open the chest is up top. But there's all water in the bucket, which causes it to sink when it's in the water. So what we need to do is drain it of the water and seal it back up so it's full of air. And then when it floods with water, it's going to float. Right. That's what it's going to do. So you can go on any one here. Let's just go into the middle one. I think you just need to hit the button. That's all it does. So that should drain the interior here, which it does. That's where we go next. And as you see now, we have the chest. So the key goes in the chest. Inside the chest is another key. And then that key goes into this keyhole in the wall, which you can barely see. But it's there. I think the preview is looking darker than it is for me right now. But there's a keyhole in the wall that you put that key into, on the right hand side. Oh shit. There we go. So that's the RTX for you. But you just rotate that around to generate power. And then we just go down the ladder. And so now we have to work our way down here because now all the lights are on. And so we'll go all the way down to the end at first. Oh God, so we can go down here. Yeah, drop frames is on the game. We've had 31 drop frames across the whole stream, so that's on OBS, the 31. But all the other frame rate drops are on the PC here. Oops, there's a red page. Take that. And they're not all going to be in the same spot as well. They're going to be in this general location. So just take that into consideration. But this is the puzzle area. So north is up here. So 90 is going to be this one. So then I think it's in increments of 5. So 95, 100. So 110 would be around here. Nope, that wasn't it. So 90 and 180 is pointing down. Yeah, how do I reset it? I think this is the first time I've actually got it wrong. So it could be that the all the lights are out now. Yeah, I think I've done goofed it up. But yeah. So I don't think it was 110. I think it was 115. But here we get a page. So Vault is the island I've achieved. Very instructions are so on position. So let's make a note of that somewhere. Sorry, on position. That's practically the only thing we've found so far that could help us. Oh, and there's the blue page, which is in the drawer. But yeah, now we have to get out of here in the dark to, I think, turn the lighthouse back on because we need to activate the beacon. And we activate the beacon by inputting the rotation of the lighthouse as was shown on the telescope up top, which is why we went there first. So it's halfway between like 110 and 115. And I'll tell you, this is much easier on the mouse and keyboard as well. Doing that on the Xbox One controller kind of sucks. But like, honestly. But for convenience, let's just go down this way. We go down this one. So that is 90. So 95, 100, 105, and 15 is that one. No, I think that's wrong as well. What? How are both of those wrong? Like, honestly, real talk. I might have to go back up and see what it says. Right, no, it's not that way, it's this way. Because there's no way to go into the middle, is there? You see, it's 110 or 115. That's where the lighthouse is. I'll just keep going around and just verify that. Yeah, it's it's like 112 and a half, isn't it? So I don't know what the incrementation of the beacons are, or those little interactive pods or whatever. Make a note of that. See, I think if you trip it and do it wrong, then it disables the power. So you have to keep coming back here to do it right. And I think this is one of those things we may need to do to be able to get out of here, so if I'm fucking this up, then this is going to take a while. And this is on stream as well, because this has never happened. It's always been in a nice position for me to just click and it works, but here it's just not doing it. It's halfway between. So I'm fucking it up. Oh, okay, so this is 90. Right, so it goes 85, 80, 75, 70. Yeah, it's not by 5. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. No, maybe. 30, 45, 60, 75, 90. No, 12. 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, 96. So gotta go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 10, isn't it? Surely. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. So that's be 110, that one? There we go. Okay, it was by 10s, I got it wrong. So it's not by 5 or 8s or 12s, it was by 10s. So now you know it's by 10s. So these lights being on means you got it right. So now you can officially get the hell out of here. So This means we can go to the end of the stage and get out of here because we got what we wanted. But we have to drain the ship, which I think is going to be the far left one here. Mash the button as well, just to be on the safe side. But yeah, now the ship is drained. See, that's more like RTX if you see that. The reflection sort of moves, but even then, it could be just a static cube map reflection, you know. The idea is we go down here, we hit the button. That opens up the book back home. So that took a little while longer than I wanted it to. But we've done it in the end. That's area 2 down. 2 more to go. Yep, back in we go. So there's the red page. And there's a blue page. And so I believe the next area is the cabin, which takes us down over here. So now we have the safe, and the safe code is 545. Oops. 540. Yeah, I think this is different. We can put the code, activate the ignition, and then turn this. There we go. So by doing that, we activate the tree lifts. Oh god, you can see the intersection of the top of the skybox there. I didn't notice that. It's probably a hemisphere skybox, and god, the sky kind of moves as you move as well, so could be better, guys. I'm sorry, I hate to be critical, but it could be better. But as you can see, the elevator, which is in the tree, is all the way up at the top. So what we do now is we completely undo that and get to the tree lift, so we can get inside as it comes down to our level, and we can descend down into the center of the earth. And I gotta say, I do love the visual design of the game. I do. I think it's pretty good. Of course, the ray tracing could be better, if you ask me, honestly. But in terms of all the texture quality and all that, I think it's actually pretty good. And the lighting as well, really, it's really popping. Hopefully you can see it in the stream video here. It's pretty fucking good, I must admit. But here we go. It's the forest area. So I have to remember what it is that we need to do here. There's also another key piece of information that's here. Oh, we accelerated up to, I think, 409 frames that are dropped on the stream now. So my laptop's a potato, I'm sorry. But it's only 0.3% of the stream, as I said, so it's nothing to worry about. Plus, I'm probably going to have to edit this anyway, because there's a couple of BRBs that are going to... I know there's one already, but there's probably another one coming. But we have to go here to this windmill. The windmills. I think just activate that to be on the safe side, but we need to enable the water flow, which is what's happening right now. So water flow is going through this pipe. The game is nice enough to tell us that the water is flowing through this pipe. So to start with, we want it to go down this way, which it is. Right, no, that's not the way we want it to go. We want it to go to an elevator, but that's not it. So we do that to change the pipe water flow. And we want it to go down this one, which it is. This one, which it is. This one, which it is. Nice, barely any work for me here. And we go into this elevator. Yep, nice how it works. Some very interesting design. You know, when the apocalypse happens, this is what we're gonna have to do with our elevators. We have to make it out of wood and use water in pipes and pulleys and all that sort of stuff. It's quite beautiful in a way, isn't it? So we need to make our way over to one of these treetop panels, treetop sections. because one of them houses a lever which we need, which I believe is this one right here. This one houses a little lever here which opens a door which is over there. So you saw it just open up there. So now we need to go back and around. Down over yonder this one. And then just follow it round. See, I've not really done a full exploration of this area, so I don't know if we're really missing out on anything by not going the way that we're supposed to. But the idea is we head down this way because the door's open, which is this one. So we can go down here, down the spiral stairs, which is pretty fucking cool by the way as well. We hit this lever which opens this door now, and we just reverse the switch which is right here. The water is flowing through this one. So what this is going to do is enable an elevator which is right next to the door that we would have just come out of. Yeah, we're going to get up there. There we go. Okay, so we're going here now, this elevator. And we work our way up. Yeah, I'm trying to stay positive, guys. Because there's some negative stuff that's happened behind the scenes. I mean, I mentioned relocation already, but YouTube's actually gone ahead and taken my monetization away from me. I did a whole video appeal, and they practically just said, no, fuck you. So I'm not very happy about that. So that's the situation I'm in. Planetarium is in the off position. I'm gonna have to go on the second page, I know it, but that tells you where the so-called white page is, which plays a part towards the end of the game. But there's that. So yeah, YouTube took my monetization away. They took it away before, in 2019, I think it was. I appealed it then. I'm sorry, what? Yeah. So I did what they requested. It's actually one of these beta things where you can do a video appeal. So I did a video appeal, and it said, oh, just make sure you meet this criteria and talk about your channel as a whole. I talked about my channel as a whole, right? And then they came back to me and said, you didn't talk about your channel as a whole. But I did. So you're wrong, basically, YouTube. You're wrong. You made the wrong choice there. So anyway, there's more of that foreign language and a secret message on that terminal. I just wanted to point that out. So I focused on my channel as a whole. I talked about total videos, total copyright claimed videos, and YouTube said that's not talking about your channel as a whole. That's what they're telling me. So I have to wait until early October before monetization on my main channel is able to come back. So I'm most likely going to have to delete videos and stuff like that just to be able to get monetization back. And all this is when I'm learning to drive, when I've got this self-employed work that's going on, relocations going on as well, and I'm already thinking of abandoning the main channel and this one as well. So I'm not going to be doing YouTube videos, at least in the way that I've been doing them. You know, I want to do more like video essay style stuff. So I wanted to talk about, say, Splitgate or something to that effect, or Myst even. I could do a video where I'll talk about Myst and my experience playing the game. But you know, it's going to be one of these things where it's all consideration. I do definitely want to change the way that I do things, the way my life works and all that. But it's serious stuff to keep in mind. So it sucks when YouTube does that to you as well. So one of the incentives, if you will, for doing these kind of videos is just taken away from you. And then, you know, you do what YouTube tells you, and then they turn around and say, no, you didn't do what we asked of you. And it's like, I did though, so you're wrong. I talked about my channel as a whole. You said I didn't, but I did. So just proves YouTube's just going down the drain when they violate their own agreements, I guess. Or don't even understand their own agreements. But yeah, you saw what I did there. So redirect the water to that generator to extend the bridge. Redivert the water down to this point. Then you go around on the bridge you just created, or raised, sorry, to, you know, activate the crank to get the water flow to go through here to this elevator, which takes us to the end of this location. So we got the location of the white page and the red and blue page in this location, so that's that done. And hey, I just want to show off the physical copies of the games as well. So there's Resident Evil Village in this case that keeps falling down. I got Observer System Redux as well, Day 1 edition as a birthday present, and Aliens Fighting Elite. So these are games that are on the table as games that are considered that I want to play through. Then there's Ghost Runner and Lego Builder's Journey on the PC that I definitely want to play through. And then a whole bunch of Xbox Series X games that I've got downloaded that I want to play through as well. So the Ascent, I think it's Art of Rallies up there, 12 Minutes is up there. So some games to consider. Alright, last location, and then we're in the home stretch of the game. One thing we can do at this point is to actually go to the planetarium, because all of our switches are in the on position. We just turn the planetarium one off, and there's our white page. That's needed later. But we can go to the sort of, you know, tunnel down here. Go in here. So we've got power to ship and generator switches. So we were told 60 volts earlier. Oh, let me just move these games out of the way. Okay, we were told 60 volts. So each of these switches is going to output a different amount of voltage. So we need to keep track of all of the different voltages here. So just give me one momentum moment. So number one, it gives us a whopping 10 volts. Number two gives us 7. Number 3 gives us 8. Number 4 gives us 16. Number 5 gives us 5. I think that's 3 times now. Well, every single time I play the game, 5 gives you 5. 6 gives you 1. 7 gives you 2. 8 gives you 22. 9 gives you 19. And 10 gives you 9. So basically now we have to come up with a way of getting 60 from what we've just, you know, determined here. So we could say that, well, 22 plus 19 is 41. It tells us that. So then we can add on 10. We can add on 9. And that gives us 60. So that is now power to the ship. If we go too high, if you exceed the voltage, then we go up here. And you have to go up onto those. So there's ladders here. You have to climb up and flip the switches on these two things to sort of undo or sort of flip the breaker to then be able to try again. But yeah, we have a keyboard and notes, and so we have to make note of the notes. So I said before they were all minor keys. That's going to be in one of these books somewhere. It's not going to be that one. It's going to probably be this one up here. Right, now I don't think it's that one. Is it this one? No. Yeah, it's that one because of crystal, I think. Yeah, so it tells you which keys you need. So that is... Oh god, it's 1, 2. Alright, so let's make a note of that then. 2 is... Yeah, I think that's scale 2, not scale 3. Then 3 is... That's scale 2. Is it scale 1? I'll say scale 1 because I think that's scale 1. Then 4 is... And then 5 is... Oh, sorry about that. So I'm making a note of those instead of like drawing it and trying to sketch it out. But they're all minor keys. So that's... I keep wanting to press escape to back out of it, but you have to say no, don't do that. So go down here. Oh yeah, and if you listen, you can probably hear like the electricity flow through the cable as well, which is very scary, I guess. But now you can actually put some of this to test. So it's... I think that's the first one, so that's F sharp 2. So make a note of that. Then I think it's that one, which is G sharp 2. Then I think it's this one, which is D sharp 2. Then I think it's C sharp 2. And then C sharp 1. I think that's it. So make note of those sounds. And then we go over here and we input the sounds in the correct order. So I think it's F sharp 2, G sharp 2, D sharp 2, C sharp 2, and C sharp 1. And you get an achievement for doing that on the first try as well. Which I did. Nice. And then we go here into the last area that we need to go to. Well, don't need to go here. I guess we could go to the end already, but effectively this is the area where I had that so-called cheat code to help me out. And so here we are, the last location. Was that a shooting star just then? Interesting how it's gone underneath the clouds as well. But we need to gain access to that location. But to do that, we have to understand the symbols and sounds of this location. Oh, there's a blue page here, so I'll take that, thank you very much. So water running is 2 drops going into water. You'll probably hear sounds as well underneath my commentary. But you're supposed to, I guess, without the context symbols, you're supposed to listen out for the sounds, match them to the symbols, and then we'll get to that. So lava rumbling is a lightning bolt with 3 sine waves coming out of it. And then we have the broken clock, which is 2 crystal looking things and 4 circles. We can head over to this one, which is the ethereal crystal, which is just like a, and there's a red page as well. Yeah, it's like a crystal coming out of the water. And the last one, also where we need to go to the next part of this puzzle, is all the way down and around here, which is of course the wind, which is just like gas coming out of a hole in the ground. A whole bunch of lines coming out of a hole in the ground. So we go down here, turn the lights on, obviously, because it's a bit dark in there. But we can come down here, and this will take us to where we have to get the pattern, which we need to open up that brick area. So what we need to do is match these with the correct sounds. So if we head over here, for example, you'll hear it say wind, but it's not the wind, it's around here, which is the water flowing. Then from here, we need to keep going until we get the lava, and so on and so forth. So I'll just try and get these into position. So lava rumbling is this one. The broken clock is more down this way, I believe. So there's the ship. Broken clock, then the ethereal crystal, I think, is this one. And then the wind is probably down this way somewhere. Wind blowing. Okay. So it's water, lava, clock, crystal, wind, left to right. We've got symbols matched, so we hit the sigma, and it's going to give us the order. So it is wind, water, lava, clock, crystal. Right. So wind, water, lava, clock, crystal. Okay. So now that we have the pattern, we have to head back to the barn and input the correct pattern to be able to enter the location. So I'm just going to do that now for you guys and gals watching this. Try and get this over in the next 10-20 minutes or so. I was thinking probably could play this for 2 hours or something. That would be if James was here. Okay, so first one's correct. That's wind. Now we need water. Then the next up is the lava. You get a whole bunch of irrelevant sounds as well here. Then the clock. Then the crystal. So it goes wind, water, lava, clock, crystal. And that is the pattern to get down here. So now we can go down this this pathway. Again, I gotta say, I like the design of this. It has a nice pop to it. It's got a good look. I like it. Probably better than the way better than the original, but anyway. So here we have to go onto here, lift it up, which takes us down into the depths of this island. And so this is where the cheat that I mentioned earlier comes in, because you have to listen to the sounds and they tell you which way you need to go. So this is the randomized one, so the directions are going to be completely random. I think it's definitely north to start off with. Clink is north, so we just go up, which is north. I think you press the button, it tells you, well, it gives you the sound, so you know what sounds you have to go with. Clink, so go north again. And so if you get east, it's the exhaust. But we get the clink again, so we go north. So north is clink, east is exhaust, S is cowbell, west is spin. Spin! Oh, my webcam's going, just flickered black. Oh, spin. That is west. I'm going to have to change the, as I turn my light on before my webcam goes off. But we go west, which is down this way. God damn it, my webcam turned off. Piece of shit. Spin, so we go west again. Hold on, let me troubleshoot this while this is going on. Oh, sorry, so it's west again. So. Apologies for that, it's getting dark. It's actually getting like grey. Because it's actually been hot. And now it's gone cloudy. So my room's kind of, I don't want to say humid, but it feels like it's humid. Clink, so going off again. So I just want to open my windows and get all the heat out and vent it out of here. Oh, clink, guess what? That means we're going north again. It's been pretty straightforward. It's just been like north, north, west, west, north, north. It's like, come on, man. Oh, wait, now it's northeast. Alright, now it's coming up to the east. So which direction are we going to go in now? You can get two sounds at once, so you need to listen out for that. Oh, exhaust, so that's east, so we keep going. And there's an achievement here to not run into a dead end in a randomized run, so you have to keep listening out. Clink exhaust is northeast, so that's this way. See, that's why I had to keep a note of this, because I didn't want to run into a dead end. So I'm listening out for this now. Clink exhaust northeast, so go straight ahead. And I guess the path in front of you gives you a clear indication of where you need to go, but they could take you into a path where there's just nowhere to go, so they could troll you like that. But I'm pretty sure that's actually it. I think we've actually done the run, which was actually fairly straightforward. If you knew that, there's no cowbell, I don't think, so there's no south involved, but we can get off of that. Hit button to get out of here, and now we are at the end of the location. So there's crystals and lava and our book to get out of here. So we got everything we need. We've got all the blue and red pages, we've got the white page, so now we can finish this off. So again, there's the red page. And of course, I think it's Cirrus and Arturius or whatever their names are. They pretty much tell you at this point that you need to input pattern number 158 into the fireplace. So I opened this up to 158 before and it hasn't saved the position, so I need to scroll all the way back to fucking 158 and note the pattern. So then we can actually get to the end of, they tell you, you know, oh, only bring us the red page or only bring us the blue page, but at this point they say, oh, there's a green book, don't interact with it, otherwise you'll be stuck here forever. But see, the number's 158 both times, but the pattern you have to input might be different, so you have to keep that in mind as well. But to try and keep it all on one page, I'll do it up top actually. So 158 is 1 1 1 1 0 1 1 1, then 0 0 0 1 1 1. Wait, no, yeah, 0 1. Oops, going a bit too far ahead. Then 0 0 0 again, but this time it's 1 0 0 1 0. Then 1 0 1 0 0. Wait a minute. 1 0 1 0 0 1 1 0. Okay, so excuse me. 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 1, and then 1 0 1 1 0 1 0 0. Okay, that's 158. They tell you that's the pattern you need to do. So you go here. Tells you about the fireplace, so it lifts up. You can get in here, and now this is the wait, we have to enter it. So it is 1 1 1 1 0 1 1 1, then 0 0 0 1 1 1 0 1, then 0 0 0 1 0 0 1. So this is definitely different from the last time I played it. The last randomized one I did. But you expect that. You expect it to be randomized, so you can't just do the same thing and win the game. But here we go. So you can pick up the blue page. You can pick up the red page. And there's the green book. Now unfortunately what you have to do is not do this, by the way. But if you want an achievement, then you have to do what I've done here, which is just to get the pages next to the book without actually putting any of the pages in. But we're going to focus on getting the good ending, which means we need to go into the green book. So we have to put this in again. I know, I'm sorry everyone, but we have to put this in again. Because the only way to get out is to, you know, deactivate one of the switches, because it doesn't do anything. So yeah, that's gonna be the game at that point. You don't even need to listen to whoever's in the books, which are the two sons that was mentioned at the start of the game, who I think are actually in collaboration. So they act like, oh my god, I'm innocent, but they're not.
Who the devil are you? Don't come here to Donnie, not yet. Oh, I have many questions for you, my friend, as you no doubt have for me. Where should I begin? Perhaps my story is in order.
Yeah, it is.
My name is Atris. I fear you met my sons, Cirrus and Achenar, in the red and blue books on Myst Island in my library.
Not really spoken to them.
Works, my writings. Oh, I wrote many books that linked me to fantastic places. It's an art I learned from my father many years ago. Oh, but the red and blue books, those were different. I wrote those books to entrap over-greedy explorers that might stumble upon my island of Myst. But I had no idea my own sons would be entrapped. My sons.
Oh dear.
Cirrus and Achenar. We had many journeys together. I gave them free rein to the books. Perhaps it was not wise.
No, I don't think it was wise.
I had not told them about the red and blue books. Their imaginations went wild. They dreamed of riches and power.
And crashed to insanity.
Traps. They begged for access to those books, and of course I denied them. Oh. They devised a plan.
It's just a cloud outside, don't worry.
An evil plan. I had no idea to what extent their greed had progressed. Their own mother. They used their own mother. Oh, my dear Catherine. To lure me here to Dunny. Of course, I could return to Myst, except they removed a single page from my Myst linking book.
Yeah, the white page.
Return without that page. You, my friend, can bring that page to me. Oh, I pray you believe my story above the lies that my sons have told you. If you could find it in yourself to return that page to me here in Dunny, I could go to Myst and bring justice to my sons for what they've done. I must return to my writing. I pray that you believe me. Please hurry. Bring the page. Bring the page with you.
Okay, so that's where we kind of learn that basically the sons are lying. So, if you choose to release one of the sons in the red and blue books, that's the bad ending because they trick you. They trap you in the book and then they escape and then tear pages out the book to trap you forever. If you come here without the white page, you get stuck here forever with Artus here. But because then he gets this bit and he's like, did you bring the page? And he's like, no, I didn't. And he's like, what are you for? What are you doing? But if you bring the page like we did, then this is the good ending. Yeah, the good ending to the game where we got you know, we can escape from this place at least. But yeah, he's got a tough decision to make.
Sons have betrayed me. I know what I must do. I shall return shortly.
So it just like touches the GIF and then it's just over. But yeah, so there's all these different doorways, but they're all locked. So that's why I didn't listen to any of the sons, because it's just going to be one of those just sitting, listening to dialogue, and then it's just nothing's gonna, you know, you can probably barely hear it, and I want to commentate over it, and there's a lot of static as well, so it's pretty much the case. But here we'd be told, oh yeah, you got the good ending to the game, so
It is done. I have many questions for you, my friend, but my writing cannot wait. I fear that my long delay may have already had a catastrophic impact on the world in which my wife, Catherine, is now being held hostage. Oh, in a reward. I'm sorry, but all I have to offer you is the library on the island of Myst and the books that are contained there. Feel free to explore at your leisure. I hope you find your exploration satisfying. You'll no longer have my sons to deal with.
okay.
Oh, and one more thing. I'm fighting a foe much greater than my sons could ever imagine. At some point in the future, I may find it necessary to request your assistance. Until that point, I'm afraid you'll enjoy the explorations from my library on Myst. Thank you. The book. You can use the Myst linking book to return to Myst.
I mean, what do you think I'm trying to do? There we go. Oh god, it bugged out, that's what it was. So yeah, that's something we can do. So it just gives the last bit of dialogue indicating or implying there's a sequel to the game, which I think there is. Well, I saw something about Myst 3. But no, so maybe Myst 2 exists. But yeah, you see the red and blue books are now scorch marks. So I think the father actually came and burnt the books to kill his sons for what they did. Because they were in... I guess they were in cahoots with each other to, you know, do something to their dads. And then the one son is like crying innocence and saying, oh no, don't trust this liar. And then the other son's like, no, just get me out of here. But they both trick you into trapping you into the book, and then you're stuck in the book forever. And then obviously there's the green book, but if you don't have the white page, then you get stuck with the dad forever. And this is the optimum ending where we can come back here and the dad can escape and the sons are now dead, I think. So that's Myst, everyone. We've done it in about an hour, I think. The speedrun method is to do the 1993 version, leave the dock switch off but turn every other one on. You know that it's 240 on the clock down here, so then you just put 240 in, get across the bridge to turn that on, to the dock, turn it on and off to get the right page, go through here into the fireplace, pattern 158, it's the classic, so you can just look up a screenshot of what you need to put in, and then just green book, gift to get there, and then go to the father and just give him the page, and you can do it in less than 2 minutes. So yeah, that is Myst, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for watching my randomized playthrough. It is different from the last randomized one I did, and it stands a good chance that if you try the randomized one, it's going to be different from what you've done. But I've outlined essentially what you need to do to get from place to place, and a sort of ideal order to go in. So yeah, with all that being said and done, take care out there. Peace out, and see you for the next video, next stream of the 10th, whatever I decide to do. It's coming up to the last 2 or 3 sessions of the 10th, I think I'll do. And then I'm probably drawing a line underneath it for forever, essentially. It's gone on for a long time. But I want to move on with my life, and so if doing video essays is more my thing, and then I'm not doing streams and I'm not doing let's plays or anything like that. So I just have to get that out there now. It might be in the home stretch for the number of sessions of the 10th that I'm going to do. But yeah, take care out there, and I'll see you next time.